Set Productions proudly presents the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series on the X Sports Radio Network.
Swung on, fly ball toward left field, back, out of here, home run, over the left field wall. He got every bit of that one.
Now, live from the birthplace of Southern gospel music in the land of Crockett, with Stanley Wilson, here's J.P. Plant.
Welcome to elimination round time at the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series, as we are moments away from getting our first quarterfinal matchup, and that is between the number 3 seed out of the American Division, the Janesville, Wisconsin team, versus West Windsor-Plainsboro, New Jersey, the 2 seed out of the National Division. J.P. Plant alongside Brad Nielsen up in our Parks Lumber porch. And Brad, we had some few light showers that kind of trickled their way through about 30, 45 minutes ago. Look good right now. We hope this will stay and continue, as a lot of that weather has just dissipated, as it has most of the week. We've been fairly lucky, but looks like we're going to be in good shape for elimination round baseball tonight.
Absolutely. Beautiful night in Lawrenceburg. Field is in incredible condition after the little bit of rain we received. Should be a good night of baseball. Wisconsin had the night off last night, so that was their day off. Got a little rest. New Jersey played and won their game to move to 3-1, which clinched them the 2 seed in the National Division. Should be a good showdown for the first game of elimination play.
Absolutely. Let's run down how we got here this stage for our 2 teams in this first game. As we go back to Thursday's play, it was Janesville, Wisconsin, the Ohio Valley champs, over Meridian, Mississippi to start things off 9-6. So they had a win there, and then they picked up a second win over Washington, 8-3 on Saturday, as Friday got rained out, and then they played Lawrenceburg, Brad, and what came in as a 2-0 teams, and Lawrenceburg, the host, was able to defeat Janesville, Wisconsin. They lost that one, went to 2-1, and then Bismarck, North Dakota, the buzzsaw the last couple of days, came in. Feeney pitched a 1-hitter through his time, and North Dakota 10-run ruled Wisconsin as they fell to 2-2 and risked not even qualifying for the elimination round, but thanks to the win last night from North Dakota and Lawrenceburg defeating Washington, that got Wisconsin in. So they are here tonight as the 3 seed out of the American Division.
Absolutely. Wisconsin had given up 31 runs. Had Washington have won last night, it would have gone to a 3-team tiebreaker between North Dakota, Washington, and Wisconsin, which was not looking favorable for Wisconsin at the time.
Get that out of your system there, Brad.
Sorry.
All right, so West Windsor-Plainsboro, New Jersey, how they got here, as we look back to, they didn't play actually until Saturday, as they were scheduled for Friday, their first game. They defeated Sarasota, Florida in a very close and entertaining baseball game. 9-7 was the final there. And then Saturday night, they went 2-0 on the day, as they they got defeated. I take that back to California, 4-2, and it was a 0-0 game going in the bottom of the 6th, if I believe, and entertaining game there as well. So they fall to 1-1, and then they played on Sunday against Marshall County. Tennessee won 11-3, and then on Monday last night, they defeated Connecticut 14-8 to move to 3-1. So they're the 2 seed behind Tri-Valley, California, out of that National Division. So that's how both teams got here. Let's head down to the field, and Stanley G. Wilson is going to be roaming throughout both dugouts here tonight. Stanley? All right, we'll get Stanley here in just a moment. And let's see if we can get back down to Stanley. You got me there, Stanley?
I got you.
There you go.
We're going to have a 3-umpire
three-man umpiring group here tonight. The one group will do this game, and then the other three will do the other game. There's 6 total. But our head umpire got hit by a pitch last night, so he's got a wraparound, and he doesn't know if it's just dislocated.
Really?
So
did that happen over on Tom Cruise Field?
I must have.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did. He took a shot, a foul ball, got him square on the right hand.
Wow. Okay. All right. So Stanley, you're going to be in both dugouts tonight.
Yeah, I'll be roaming back and forth.
Okay. All right. So there you go. They're announcing both teams, and we're going to have a ceremony, a national anthem. Stanley, do you know?
I'm not sure.
Before this game, I think we are. And I do know coming up in between games, we do have a treat. The 2015 World Series runner-up from right here in Lawrenceburg and Lawrence County. They're going to be honored for their play 2 years ago on this field. So we look forward to that, and we'll carry that live for you here on X Sports TV. JP Plant, Brad Nielsen, Stanley G. Wilson, Bryant Gobble running our social media tonight. So we've got our full cast here at Denver Trapp Field. So they continue to announce the umpires, and we'll have our national anthem. And we'll take a quick timeout, and when we return, we will have your first pitch. Wisconsin and New Jersey, single elimination round, first quarterfinal, after this on X Sports TV.
Would like to congratulate all of the Babe Ruth teams from across the country that have made their way to Lawrenceburg, Tennessee in the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series. Main Street Lawrenceburg supports many revitalization projects to maintain and grow a healthy community spirit. Darrell Valentine Enterprises and Main Street Lawrenceburg wish every team the best of luck during the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series in beautiful Lawrenceburg, Tennessee.
This is the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series on the X Sports Radio Network.
Welcome into Elimination Round Baseball as we are just moments away from first pitch of Wisconsin and New Jersey. Winner moves on to take on the host team from Lawrenceburg in the semifinals. On Wednesday, the loser will head home from Lawrenceburg in the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series. JP Plant alongside Brad Nielsen up in the booth. Stanley G. Wilson in the dugouts tonight, roaming both of the dugouts as a slow arriving crowd here tonight. And we had a few light showers roll through about 45 minutes ago. Very, very light. They had the tarps on most of the afternoon just in case. And the field still in excellent condition. It was a little damp last night, mostly because of the humidity, if nothing else. Not necessarily because of the rain, just because there was so much humidity in the atmosphere. But looks to have dried out just a little bit today, Brad, and should have a little bit quicker turf, at least for this first game.
Absolutely. Sun is brightly out right now. Wind blowing slightly in from center field on Denver Trapp. Perfect conditions. And I'm excited to see knockout play.
Absolutely.
Last night we were talking about 8 different scenarios that could take place. And tonight it is win in advance.
Absolutely. All right, let's get a look at your starting lineups. First with the visitors on the scoreboard, Janesville, Wisconsin. They'll send Eric Hughes, then Dalton Matson, Micah Overlay. The cleanup hitter will be Clark Schmaling, then Cody Lockdeman, Dawson Draves, and then batting 7th, Colin Hageman, 8th, Caleb Kenna, and 9th, Cullen Peterson. Janesville will send just 9 hitters to the plate. West Windsor, conversely, will send 10. The fielding for West Windsor-Plainsboro, New Jersey. At third base will be Josh Eisenberg. Short will be Austin Hodges. At second, Chris Blooney. First base, Jack DeLeo. In left will be William Reeder. In center, it will be Ian Muni, right fielder, Teddy Durbin. The pitcher will be Luke Potts, and catching will be Justin Lockwood. Drew Santamaria will be the extra hitter tonight. All right, we are about underway. New Jersey in their green and gold jerseys, gray pants, and Janesville, Wisconsin going with the black jerseys today. Red numbers trimmed in white, the white pants with the black trim and the black, red, and white stockings. First pitch here from Mr. Potts. And that is going to be a strike 0-1, and we're underway this afternoon at 5:35. The 0-1 to Hughes, misses low, count even at 1-1. Leadoff hitter for New Jersey, or correction, for Wisconsin. That ball is lifted into shallow left field, stays in the dirt actually as it comes back, and Hodges will squeeze the leather for the first out of the inning. One gone quickly here in the top of the first.
That'll bring the pitcher, Dalton Madsen, to the plate for Wisconsin. Left side of the infield and left field is going to have to contend with the sun as it is setting over the first base dugout early in the game.
So the first pitch is inside for a ball, 1-0. And Brad, we really haven't had to deal with the sun really since Saturday. We had the early games. It's been overcast on Monday and Sunday. There's a swing and a miss both days, really. So the sun hasn't been as bright as we're seeing it right now to start a game.
This is the first time I remember seeing the entire left side of the infield with sunglasses
That's
on
right.
coming to the field, as Eisenberg and the shortstop both have on glasses.
Swing and a miss, 1-2 now to Dalton Madsen. He'll be your catcher for Wisconsin.
And mentioning Eisenberg and the first baseman DeLeo are the two pitchers that are unavailable today due to pitch counts.
Okay. Yep, Eisenberg, who threw the max yesterday. And you said DeLeo the other?
DeLeo is the other. He threw 76 pitches
on Sunday.
Okay. And that makes him ineligible until tomorrow.
Yep. Okay. 1-2 the count to Madsen from Luke Potts, who works from the stretch with nobody on base and one out. Hot grounder. The third, it gets past Eisenberg inside the line for a single. And a nice job out there in left by Reeder to get to that to hold Dalton Madsen to a single.
Raiders played a nice left field for this New Jersey team the entire tournament. We've called his name several times, cutting balls off and keeping guys at first, not allowing them to stretch would-be singles into doubles.
So the first pitch to the hitter, Micah Overlay, is high for a ball, 1-0, hits from the left side. Also a pitcher for Wisconsin. Throw over to first. Back in time. On his front side is Madsen.
Directly in front of us, we have both the Lawrence County and California coaching staffs watching this game intently.
That's right. That ball is lifted deep into center. Muni going back, though, makes the grab. Ian Muni on his horse. And a nice job. Thought that might have a chance to get over his head, but he retreated quickly to make a nice catch for the second out of the inning. Back to first goes Madsen.
What an athletic play by Muni. He started out opening his left shoulder, heading back, had to turn to the other side. Lefty makes the grab for the second out.
So the hitter will be Clark Schmaling for Wisconsin, number 15. Hits from the right side. First pitch from Potts. There goes the runner. Throw down to second, not going to be in time, and it gets away, but backing up is Hodges. Nice job as the ball squirted off the glove of Ballooney. And a runner in scoring position for Wisconsin with 2 outs here in the top of the first. No score.
Mark that one down as Hodges cuts that one off from going into center field and keeps the runner at second.
And Potts will now step off the rubber. Did not throw over. Well, he did once. Now comes to the plate. Pitch is low, and the count even at 1-1 to Schmeling.
Potts' throw over to first was just a formality. It was not a strong arm throw, just trying to keep him honest.
1-1. He looks back a second time. Now comes to the plate. Just missed inside. 2-1.
Schmeling, the cleanup hitter, with a chance to put the first run across.
2-1 the count. Just missed outside. 2-2. 3-1 rather. And for the first time this week, we're playing just on one field, as Tom Cruise is partially covered. All of the elimination round, the knockout round, will be here at Denver Track. The 3-1. All speed, falls in there for a strike, and it's full 3-2.
A lot of confidence by Potts. Behind 3-1 in the count, throws a breaking ball for a strike over the outside part of the plate.
Payoff pitch coming to Schmeling. There goes the runner with 2 outs. Lifted into right center field, but caught as Teddy Durbin was playing in that vicinity. Came in a few steps and made the line drive catch for the 3rd out of the inning. So runner gets on base, 1 hit, no runs, no errors, and we have played 1/2 of an inning. New Jersey coming to the plate, and we'll have it for you when we return to Lawrenceburg in the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series live on X Sports TV.
Would like to congratulate all of the Babe Ruth teams from across the country that have made their way to Lawrenceburg, Tennessee in the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series. Main Street Lawrenceburg supports many revitalization projects to maintain and grow a healthy community spirit. Daryl Valentine Enterprises and Main Street Lawrenceburg wish every team the best of luck during the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series in beautiful Lawrenceburg, Tennessee.
This is the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series on the X Sports Radio Network.
No scores. We head to the bottom of the first. Knockout round, Wisconsin and New Jersey. The 3 seed Wisconsin out of the American Division, the 2 seed New Jersey from the National Division. First of 2 quarterfinal games today at Denver Track Field. J.P. Plant and Brad Nielsen up in the Parks Lumber Perch alongside Stanley G. Wilson, who is down on the field. Let's get to our starting lineup for Windsor-Plainsboro, New Jersey. They'll send Austin Rogers, followed by Luke Potts and Ian Muni. Cleanup will be Josh Eisenberg hitting 5th. William Reeder. Jack DeLeo bat 6th. Teddy Durbin hitting 7th. Batting 8th, Justin Lockwood. Chris Ballooney will bat 9th. And the extra hitter, Drew Santa Maria.
Top half of the inning, Wisconsin hit 3 balls really hard. 1 down the left field line for the single. Then the 2 fly balls, 1 to right, 1 to center. Potts is going to have to mix up the pitch count a little as he moves into the 2nd inning for New Jersey. Keep them off balance a little bit better than that.
Wisconsin's defensive alignment looks like this. At 3rd is Micah Overlay. At short will be Eric Hughes. At 2nd is Colin Hageman. 1st will be Dawson Draves. Left field will be Cody Logdeman. Center will be Caleb Kenna. And right will be Cullen Peterson. Behind the plates this afternoon, Clark Schmeling. And on the mound will be Dalton Madsen. Madsen has spent a lot of time behind the plate as a catcher, but also pitching here today.
I believe this is the first time I've seen anyone other than Madsen behind the plate for this Janesville club.
So Austin Hodges steps into the batter's box. First pitch to him in there for a strike. 0-1 the count.
Hodges coming off a nice afternoon yesterday with 3 hits.
A slow chopper charging in as short as Hughes on to first in time. And a very short-handed glove at shortstop, Eric Hughes, for the first out of the inning.
Pitcher Potts stepping to the plate for New Jersey.
He's had a pretty good bat this World Series as well. First pitch to him is outside for Madsen, a right-hander. Ian Muni on deck for New Jersey.
Wisconsin playing pretty well straight away.
Line drive in left center field. Going to get down for a base hit. So a 1-out single for Luke Potts here in the bottom of the first. And the first hit of the ball game for New Jersey.
We have not seen off speed yet from Madsen. Would anticipate it here with the lefty Muni coming to the plate.
Pitch lifted into center field. And making a great catch out in center for Wisconsin. That is Caleb Kenna. Wow.
Really a nice play by the lefty. I don't know if he saw it quickly off the bat, but had the speed to recover and make it falling to the ground in the left center gap. Eisenberg, the third baseman, to the plate for New Jersey.
The pitch is popped up, going to be out of play. And the count 0-1. Runner at first, now with 2 outs, is Potts with a single. Eisenberg, your hitter. There's a slow grounder to second. On to first in time for the third out of the inning. So just like Wisconsin, New Jersey gets a runner on with a base hit. No runs, no errors, 1 runner left on base. We played 1, no score. Wisconsin and New Jersey in the knockout stage of the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series. Back to Lawrenceburg after this short timeout.
Congratulate all the Babe Ruth teams from across the country that have made their way to Lawrenceburg, Tennessee in the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series. Main Street Lawrenceburg supports community revitalization projects to maintain and grow a healthy community spirit. Daryl Valentine Enterprises and Main Street Lawrenceburg wish every team the best of luck during the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series in beautiful Lawrenceburg, Tennessee.
This is the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series on the X Sports Radio Network.
Welcome back to Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. JP Plant, Brad Nielsen up in the Parks Lumber Perch, and Stanley Wilson now down in the Wisconsin dugout. Stanley, what's it like over on the Janesville side?
Well, they're getting ready to bat here in the second inning, and one of the things I've noticed is, we had 10 teams here, and so they take all the state flags and display them. We're missing 4 of them, as Mississippi, one of the Tennessee teams have gone, and Connecticut and Washington, they've all taken their flags down. So there's only 6 flags left.
That's right, and 2 more will be gone by the end of tonight's play, as 2 teams will be eliminated. Up for Wisconsin is Lochterman, Draves, and Hageman. First pitch from Potts is outside for a ball, 1-0 the count. No score. Top of the second, Wisconsin and New Jersey. I think 2 pretty evenly matched teams, Brad.
Absolutely. Pitch from Potts up in the zone for ball 2. As you move into knockout round, process of elimination, 4 games in 5 days or 4 games in 3 days for a couple of these teams. Pitching is going to start to wear down. You're going to see the bats really wake up. What I would anticipate for the next 3 days.
Yeah, endurance on the mound is going to be key as you get to this point. That curveball falls over for a strike, 2-1 the counts. Here's the pitch from Potts. Popped up. Will it stay in play? It will not.
Potts battles back to even the count.
So an even count for Cody Logdeman.
Potts from the stretch.
Pitch is lifted up in the infield. Who's got it? And it's the pitcher, Potts, who takes it away. He called off his third baseman, didn't he?
Potts also will play a lot of shortstop for this New Jersey team, so not an uncommon play for him.
No score. Top of the second. These folks may be just joining us. We appreciate you all tuning in. Exports TV, that pitch is inside.
Dawson Draves, the first baseman for Janesville, at the plate.
The 1-0 to Draves. Misses inside, 2-0. One out in the inning, nobody on base. There's a line drive. Base hit into right center field. Mooney comes over to cut it off, but a one-out single for Draves.
Nice piece of hitting by the first baseman. Drives the outside pitch to the right side for a single with one out. Wisconsin's in business.
And Colin Hageman is your hitter. First pitch to Hageman. Outside for a ball, 1-0.
25 pitches thus far for Potts.
1-0. Popped out of play. Day 6 of the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series. We started Thursday with 4 games. Washed out on Friday, had 8 games on Saturday, back on schedule. Sunday and Monday with pool play, and then now tonight with elimination round as that pitch is outside for a ball, 2-1. Exports TV been here for every pitch.
It's been a lot of fun getting to watch some really good baseball between these 10 teams.
Which comes in high. Having to duck out of the way was Hageman. 3-1. Runner at first is Draves. The one-out single here in the top of the second. No score. Pitch to Hageman. Back up the middle. And coming over is Hodges, able to tippy-toe on the bag before Draves can get there for the force out at second, the second of the inning. And at first will be Hageman, but now 2 outs. And the hitter will be Caleb Kenna.
Hodges is really a quick athlete at shortstop. Slow grounder like that's going to be tough to get through the infield with him at short.
The pitch to Kenna. Low for ball, 1-0. And what a catch he made in the bottom of the first. Diving to his right. He throws left-handed. I believe there goes the runner. Ball is lifted into shallow center. And it's going to fall for a base hit. Making his way to third is Hageman. And a 2-out single for Caleb Kenna puts runners at the corners. Here in the top of the second, no score.
Little looping line drive. No chance for Blooney to get there or Mooney, the center fielder, charging in. Go ahead run 90 feet away in the form of Colin Hageman.
Lockwood will set the defensive alignment for New Jersey. Let's see if they'll send Kenna from first. DeLeo is holding him on. And Colin Peterson, your hitter, popped him up. And in the shallow grass, converging, 3 players. And it is the second baseman out there, I believe.
Blooney makes
Was that
the
Blooney?
catch.
Yep, it was Blooney.
As the center fielder, Muni, kind of clipped him in the back of the leg. Nice job by the second baseman hanging on to get out of the scare with runners at the corners and 2 outs. We head to the bottom of the second.
All right, stay tuned. We'll be back with the bottom half of the inning. You're watching Exports TV and the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series.
In Main Street, Lawrenceburg would like to congratulate all of the Babe Ruth teams from across the country that have made their way to Lawrenceburg, Tennessee in the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series. Main Street Lawrenceburg supports many revitalization projects to maintain and grow a healthy community spirit. Darrell Valentine Enterprises in Main Street Lawrenceburg wish every team the best of luck during the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series in beautiful Lawrenceburg, Tennessee.
This is the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series on the Exports Radio Network.
The announcer's wardrobe has been provided by HD Ink. For all your screen printing and embroidery needs, give owner Phil Hooper a call at 931-201-2961 or email him at hdink2010@gmail.com. HD Ink, the official apparel provider of the Exports Radio Network. JP Plant, Brad Nielsen, and Stanley G. Wilson with you at Denver Trap Field. Elimination round, Wisconsin and New Jersey. No scores. We head to the bottom of the second. And it'll be Reeder, DeLeo, and Durbin. First 3 for New Jersey. First pitch from Madsen. Misses outside for a ball. 1-0 the count. That pitch is high. 2-0. Get the smell of barbecue in the air. Kiwanis Concessions cooking once again today. They've done every day here at the World Series. That ball, blooper down the right field line, but just foul.
Highly recommend the barbecue. It was good. Had some
Absolutely.
before we started tonight.
Car Counts has been cooking that all week. Award-winning barbecue. He's won some major competitions with that, by the way. And his mother's famous barbecue sauce, Mama Shay's barbecue sauce. That pitch is fouled away.
I heard something about that. I didn't know exactly what the story was, but it's very good.
Yep. Just one of many different items. Had smoked bologna. I think they've got pork tenderloin. I think they were talking about that. Bringing that back today. There's a swing and a miss. And Schmaling unable to get to it in time as a third strike dropped, allowing the leadoff hitter and Reeder to reach here in the bottom of the second.
Nice job by Madsen on the mound. Breaking ball down and away. He chased it, and Schmaling unable to corral it. Leadoff runner aboard. DeLeo looking to do some damage.
Well, we mentioned the barbecue, the smoked bologna, and Stanley, of course, opening night, the shaved prime rib. Were you able to get any of that, Stanley?
Oh, yeah, that was very good.
First pitch in there for a strike to DeLeo. How about you, Brad?
I did not.
You missed it?
I missed it.
I missed it 2 years ago, and I was not going to miss it again.
It only lasted for about an hour and a half. It goes in a hurry. The 0-1. There goes the runner. Throw down to second. Ball's there in time, as is the tag. Clark Schmaling gunning out William Reeder. And there's one gone here in the bottom of the second.
I did not see what kind of jump Raider got heading to second, but that was a perfect throw.
Yeah, he got a good jump, Brad, and Schmaling did a good job recovering from that drop third strike.
That curveball falls in there for a strike 1 and 2 to Jack DeLeo. DeLeo started the game yesterday at third, and then the bottom, I believe the top of the second, Brad, was that he switched with Santa Maria in terms of the extra hitter. Now we're going to get a timeout as Wisconsin.
It's a unique time for a visit to the mound. They had 1 and 2 on the hitter with 1 out.
Nobody on base.
Well, the Wisconsin coach sits back into the dugout and calls the pitches On the New Jersey side, Coach DeLeo, he sits right on the edge of the dugout on a bucket right there, and he calls them from there. But Wisconsin's trying to hide their signals, I believe, and I think they were just on a different page.
Bit of cat and mouse from Janesville.
Yeah.
He's going to sit on the edge there now,
There
Stanley.
he is. I see him.
All right. The 1-2.
I beg your pardon. I was covered up by the other gentleman there.
Okay. Two from Madsen to DeLeo. Misses low, 3-2.
It's kind of like me hiding behind Sockwell.
Cast a rather large shadow, is that what you're saying?
Oh, yeah.
Bale pitch. Slow chopper, just foul. Down third base line.
I asked one of the Wisconsin coaches, are you homesick yet? He goes, no, man, it's baseball.
That's good to hear.
As you mentioned, 6th day of this tournament.
Yep.
It's a long time to be away from home.
Stanley, you know where Wisconsin's been staying this week?
I'm not sure. I'll find out, though.
3-2, chop to short. Hughes, nice Sunday hop on a Monday night. And throws the runner out easily. 2 gone here in the bottom of the second.
Madsen, five outs recorded thus far. Keeping the ball down in the zone, getting some lazy ground balls right now.
Now here in the background, the Bat Boys, which are local, really kind of get involved with these teams, don't they, Stanley? They're with them pretty much all week, anytime they go out to dinner or go swimming, and certainly in the dugout. So they become fans, don't they?
They include them in all the activities off the field, too. Exactly right.
Swing and a miss to Teddy Durbin. Another one of the cool things about this World Series is how the locals get involved and interact with the players from all over the country. The 0-2. Misses low.
Little Tony Pena stance from
Yeah, it
Smalling
was.
behind the plate.
Game 2 tonight, where we'll see if we can get tournament director Tim Coots to join us up here in the booth. We'll chat with him. That pitch is low. Either that or Stanley can find him somewhere down in the crowd.
That crew has done a fantastic job with running the tournament. It's been very smooth.
Strike 3, outside edge. Madsen gets Durbin looking. And again, after a base runner gets on for New Jersey, they can't do anything with it. We have played 2.5. We head to the bottom half of the third. Still no score. Wisconsin and New Jersey here at the Babe Ruth World Series.
Dare Valentine Enterprises in Main Street, Lawrenceburg would like to congratulate all of the Babe Ruth teams from across the country that have made their way to Lawrenceburg, Tennessee in the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series. Main Street Lawrenceburg supports many revitalization projects to maintain and grow a healthy community spirit. Darryl Valentine Enterprises in Main Street Lawrenceburg wish every team the best of luck during the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series in beautiful Lawrenceburg, Tennessee.
This is the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series on the X Sports Radio Network.
2 innings of work in the books and still no score. At the top of the third, Wisconsin and New Jersey. No runs, 3 hits, no errors for Wisconsin, no runs, 1 hit, and no errors for New Jersey. And up for Janesville. Head back to the top of the order. Here to take you through the middle part of this ball game with the play-by-play, Mr. Brad Nielsen.
Hughes steps back to the plate for Janesville. Janesville with 3 hits in the first 2 innings. 1 in the first, 2 in the second. Had runners at the corners in the second, but unable to plate the run. 0-0 is your score. First pitch from Potts is in there for a strike. Potts now working from the windup. We point that out as he has gone from the stretch some without runners aboard.
Yeah, it's a change from where he started this game.
fly. Middle of the infield. And Hodges comes all the way across to halfway to first base, basically, to make the catch. A bit odd there, but I don't know if the second baseman, Ballooney, actually saw it very well off the bat. He didn't react very quickly. Hodges, as usual, all over the infield.
He had a beat on it from the time it left the bat, for sure.
Rip foul down the third base line.
I found the tournament director, and he's headed your way.
Headed our way?
Yes.
Okay.
Fantastic.
All right.
And Dalton Madsen, the pitcher. That might get all the way over into Tom Cruise, and it did. Well foul down the third base line. 0-2 the count. Potts moves back to the stretch. And the breaking ball bounces in front of Lockwood. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 away. Potts tried to throw the breaking ball as Madsen was well in front of the other 2 pitches. Evens the count at 2-2. Swing and a miss. Lockwood keeps it in front, picks up, tags Madsen for the second out. JP, I don't know if Potts cannot get comfortable on this mound right now or what, but he's going back and forth between the windup and the stretch quite frequently.
Yeah, Brad, you're right. When he came off after the first inning, he was trying to get all the mud out of his spikes.
First pitch inside to Micah Overlay, the third baseman. As Mr. Tim Kuntz comes in to join us. Shot down the right side, and that's going to get past DeLeo for a single with 2 outs. That will bring the catcher Clark Smalling to the plate. Four hits now on the day for Wisconsin. Fastball just inside. Potts has a rather high leg kick, and he's going to have to keep a look on Madsen. Madsen getting a pretty aggressive lead at first. Takes off. Breaking ball inside. Lockwood, no chance to throw him out. Goes into center field. Muni racing forward, fields down a hop, throws to third. All Eisenberg can do is knock it down. Madsen goes first to third on the throwing error. 2-0 the count.
The first error of the game there, Brad. And puts a runner, maybe the first time this afternoon, at third for either team.
Little chopper to the left side. Eisenberg races in, fields it, goes across in time to DeLeo to retire the threat. We've played 2.5 from Lawrenceburg. This is the Babe Ruth World Series on X Sports TV. We'll be back with Mr. Tim Kuntz in just a moment.
In Main Street, Lawrenceburg, would like to congratulate all of the Babe Ruth teams from across the country that have made their way to Lawrenceburg, Tennessee in the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series. Main Street Lawrenceburg supports many revitalization projects to maintain and grow a healthy community spirit. Darrell Valentine Enterprises in Main Street Lawrenceburg wish every team the best of luck during the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series in beautiful Lawrenceburg, Tennessee.
This is the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series on the X Sports Radio Network.
No scores. We head to the bottom half of inning number 3. Wisconsin and New Jersey. Single elimination round, Denver Trapp Field this afternoon. First of 2 quarterfinal matchups, JP Plant. And we're joined by the World Series Tournament Director, Mr. Tim Kuntz. Mr. Kuntz, welcome into the booth. How are you?
Excellent. Good afternoon, JP.
Well, we are
Beautiful evening.
Yes,
Boy, it's
yes,
nice.
it is. I tell you what, we had some rain that kind of just kind of teased us a little bit earlier this afternoon, and it is dissipated, and we got sunshine. Probably the brightest sun we've had since Saturday, and a beautiful evening for baseball.
Yes, it is, and I would. I'm not sure who's going to take credit for the weather, but they've done a fantastic job here for us, and we certainly appreciate all the good help that we've had there. Yeah, it's been really good.
So the World Series will wrap up on Thursday, and hopefully this weather will continue through the next couple of days. Lockwood will lead things off for New Jersey. Again, no score, Wisconsin and New Jersey. And Mr. Kuntz, your team from Bismarck, North Dakota, where you are from, able to win their way in with a couple of wins the last couple of days. I know you got to be excited about some of your hometown friends that have made their way from Bismarck.
Yeah, they got off to a rocky start in the first two games of the tournament, but then they turned the corner a little bit, and it always helps when you score some runs. Pretty tough to win in any contest if you're not scoring. But, yeah, they put a couple of good ball games together, and were able to advance out of the pool play and into bracket play. And they've got a good group of parents and supporters there that have made the trip down to Lawrenceburg to support them. So hopefully there'll be a favorable showing again tonight.
Absolutely. One of the hotter teams coming in. That pitch gets to the backstop, 1-2 now to Lockwood. Nobody on base and nobody out. We're in the bottom half of the third inning. No score, Wisconsin and New Jersey. There's a ball lifted into shallow left field, and it's going to fall for a base hit in front of Lockman. So a leadoff single for Justin Lockwood, the catcher for New Jersey. Tim Coots, tournament director, joining us here up in the booth at Denver Trap Field. And the logistics, Tim, kind of walk us through how long before we started last Wednesday and Thursday were you working on this particular World Series?
Well, I started working on the World Series actually, right after the first of the year, probably, late February, early March, being in contact with Babe Ruth League headquarters, knowing that the tournament was coming here, and then, took a look at a few things, worked with Robert Faraday there, who's in charge of the series for us, and then eventually started getting back in contact with Alan Betts, the host president, and things kind of, evolved from there. We stayed in contact, latter part of June, first part of July, and just kept up on preparations and plans and that type of thing. So,
sacrifice works for Christopher Ballooney, moving the runner Lockwood down to second in scoring position with one out. Extra hitter Drew Santamaria will be at the plate. As Tim Kuntz is joining us here up in the booth. No score, Wisconsin and New Jersey. Matson from the stretch, and the pitch is a little high for a ball, 1-0. Tim, what do you look for in a tournament host? Facilities, and what all goes into determining where you guys play your World Series?
Well, actually, I don't get an opportunity to go out and scout the site, so to speak. Robert does that, and then someone else in that region or that state. But local support, community support, is probably one of the most important things they look at. And a component to that is the financial aspect, but the other thing is facilities, and strength of a program and a commitment to Babe Ruth or Cal Ripken, whatever it might be. So those are some of the things that go into it. The other thing that's important is travel. What's the closest airport that we can get teams into, and a reasonable amount of travel to the site, and then also accommodations and that type of thing. But Lawrenceburg fits the bill for all of those things, and that's a big reason why we're back, in 17. We were here in 2015 and had a very, very successful tournament there, and there was an opportunity that came up, and everything lined up. The interest was there to come back, and both parties made a commitment, so here we are. Glad we're back.
Absolutely. We are glad you are back, and we got a full count now to Drew Santamaria, the extra hitter. One out in the inning, no score, Wisconsin and New Jersey. Lockwood at second. Madsen, payoff pitch coming. Looks back to second. Here's the pitch. It's low and a walk. Runners at first and second now, still with one out. And back to the top of the order in Austin Hodges for New Jersey. Well, of course, 2 years ago, Tim Kuntz, we had the host families. It was the last year of that setup. Walk us through the process of of the change and kind of how things are going now in the second year of not having the host families?
That was the backbone of the Babe Ruth program for a number of years. I mean, it was just very successful. Communities that had hosted a Babe Ruth World Series under that concept, of that format, really looked forward to it. Everybody had a fantastic experience. If you told, well, which we did, we tell everybody on the front end, this is going to be a great experience. You're going to make some friends. And, they kind of look at you and with that puzzled look on their face. And then the parents and the kids that are coming into the community, they ask, now, let me understand this. I'm going to put my child in a stranger's home for 7 to 10 days, and you expect me to be okay with that? And once they did, they became close friends. There were relationships and friendships that were developed, and people continue to stay in contact, just throughout the years. I know of one situation of a family that they were from Colorado and came to a World Series in North Dakota, and the young man, I think, was 13 at that time, and when he was old, he might have been in his mid-20s, got married. The host family that he stayed with invited the whole family down, and actually the host mother sang at his wedding.
How about that?
Those are just some cool stories. They exchange Christmas cards, and people stay in contact, and it was a real neat part of the program. But just with the way things have changed and the way society is today, we just weren't able to continue to do that anymore. And we still get asked questions and as to why we can't, and people understand, but they still wonder why they can't do it.
Well, that's why I wanted you to be able to at least have a platform to speak on this to our listeners. A lot of people, I know, especially here,
Exactly.
It was a great experience, obviously, for the families here. We got a bases loaded, still no score, and working from the windup now is Madsen to Luke Potts, takes a strike. 0-1 the count.
It was funny, JP. Not funny, but ironically, we came down on Sunday. I've lost track of the days. I've been here over a week, but when we got here and actually walked into one of the local restaurants, and some people recognized us as being here, for the World Series, and that was one of the first questions they asked us. Well, we understand that we're not going to be able to have host families again, and why did that change? So we knew that was on the radar screen, and people were looking forward to that, and just unfortunately, we weren't able to do that anymore. But hopefully, and we've seen that the community has embraced the host family concept, and that's gone over really well. But, it's probably just not as tight as they wanted it to be.
Ball's lifted into center. Lockwood going to tag at third, caught by Kenna, and the throw is going to be cut off, and New Jersey gets on the board first with an RBI sacrifice fly from the pitcher Luke Potts. 1-0 West Windsor-Plainsboro, New Jersey here in the bottom of the third. So moving over to third is Santa Maria. And staying at first is Hodges. 2 outs now, and Schmaling is going to call the defensive alignment and talk to his pitcher. Tim Coots, the World Series tournament director, joining us in the booth here at Denver Trapp Field.
JP, to everybody's credit, I mean, they've latched on to a number of other positive aspects of the tournament and made the best of that. And I make an opportunity to wander around both fields and around, the parking lot and the complex and talk to people, and they're just very happy with the way things have gone here in Lawrenceburg. That one common thread is just the hospitality. It's off the charts. I mean, I call it the red carpet treatment, and that's just, it's genuine, and we, those of us that come in here as guests and as visitors recognize that and just know that it doesn't go unnoticed. It's a great place to visit, and the other thing that, as part of the caveat, is they're great baseball fans. They're knowledgeable baseball fans. And so that's another component, as to why Babe Ruth is here and we came back.
Of course, part of that hospitality is that chocolate gravy at the coach's breakfast.
No doubt about that. I didn't know you could have a dessert for breakfast, but that reminded me back home, my wife has a magnet on her refrigerator. It says I'd give up chocolate, but I'm not a quitter. So.
Did you partake this year again? I know you had for the first time 2 years ago, right?
I did, yep. I had to try it again.
All right.
Tried the fried bologna down here at the ballpark.
There we go.
Yep. Can't pass that up.
Strike on the 3-0 count to Muni.
That's the other thing that's neat about visiting another part of the country is you get an opportunity to not only the local culture and the food, and plus you make some great friends. So
Well, this is a tradition here in Lawrenceburg. Glad to have it here. Babe Ruth World Series for the 4th time. 3-1 the count, 2 outs, 1-0 New Jersey up. Ball is lifted. And at second is Hageman calling everybody off for the 3rd out of the inning. So pitching out of a bases loaded jam, only 1 run scores on 1 hit and 1 error. And we head to the bottom, or rather the top of the 4th inning. Your score, New Jersey 1, Wisconsin 0. This is Exports TV's coverage of the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series. Back after the short timeouts.
Darrell Valentine Enterprises in Main Street, Lawrenceburg would like to congratulate all of the Babe Ruth teams from across the country that have made their way to Lawrenceburg, Tennessee in the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series. Main Street Lawrenceburg supports many revitalization projects to maintain and grow a healthy community spirit. Darrell Valentine Enterprises in Main Street Lawrenceburg wish every team the best of luck during the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series in beautiful Lawrenceburg, Tennessee.
This is the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series on the Exports Radio Network.
We're back in Lawrenceburg at the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series. J.P. Plant and joined by tournament director Mr. Tim Kuntz up in the booth with us. We'll continue our conversation here through the top half of inning 4, up for Janesville, Wisconsin, as it will be Lochterman, Draves, and Hageman. And Lochterman fouls one off his, looks to be his left shin, and he took a spill.
That dog's barking, isn't it?
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes, indeed. Looks like he's going to get up and hopefully be able to walk that off.
Hopefully the young man's okay. Looks like he's
Yeah, from what I've seen, at least I've been mostly on this field, we've had a pretty injury-free tournament so far.
We have. The sports medicine trailer is right next to our headquarters, and so that's one of the things that we take notice of, to see how many kids are making trips up there. It's been very minimal, and fortunately, knock on wood, we haven't had anything serious to this point, and it's been good.
So Cody's going to jog it off, head back to the hitter's circle.
And we certainly appreciate the sports medicine and trainer coverage that's being provided at the tournament. That's just another important aspect, one of those check-the-box details that need to be done.
Yeah, special thanks Southern Tennessee Regional Health and Kevin Safali and Matea Butler and their whole crew. So the 0-1 misses high, count even at 1-1. Nobody on base, no outs. We're in the top of the 4th, 1-0 New Jersey over Wisconsin. Luke Potts, the pitcher. Swing and a miss, foul tipped in the mint, strike 2. So we've got the 15-year-old World Series. You've also got the 14s that play a World Series, the 13s. Where are those 2 World Series going? And give us some of the highlights of what that's all about. As that ball is lifted into center, and Muni has a beat on it, first out of the inning.
The 13-year-olds are down in Mountain Home, Arkansas, is where that's being contested at. And I don't have the exact schedule, but I think that'll wrap up on Thursday of this week as well. And the 14s are in Glen Allen, Virginia, is where that's at. And I believe all 3 of them, 13, 14, 15, are on track to be done on Thursday. So those are all going on right now. Our 10-year-old 1260, 1270, and 1618 wrapped up last week. And softball was done last week as well. That was all. Softball was all down in Jensen Beach, Florida, is where they were at.
Nice.
Yep.
Down by the beach, maybe?
Yep.
All right.
10s were there were in other parts of the country where that can't quite remember where that one.
It's all. I'm sure it all gets jumbled, Tim.
It does. Yep. Keeping track of all the age
right.
groups and that type of thing, but.
Well, I know this time of year is extremely busy for you guys. It's almost like tax season for an accountant, I would say, right?
Yeah, it is. It is. It's the culmination to our season, and you know, there's just a lot of baseball excitement generated with the number of World Series we have going on and the participants. And Thursday we'll have our CEO, President Stephen Tellefson, will be in Lawrenceburg. He'll be here for the championship game, so we look forward to him coming down.
Absolutely. And a walk to Draves will put a runner on with 1 out here in the top of the 4th. New Jersey up on Wisconsin 1-0, and Hageman will be your batter.
JP?
Yes, Stanley?
I guess Tim has a headset on there.
He does. He can hear you.
Tim, talk about the volunteer aspect. And, you know, we know you're making $100,000 a year doing this.
Yeah, I'm just wondering when it's coming.
Yeah.
It is. No, we're not compensated anything. I call it a highly paid volunteer position. The Babe Ruth League does cover our expenses, but it's a volunteer position is what it is. Not any different than the folks that are in the local communities and the local leagues and that kind of thing. So the payback that I get is the opportunity to meet people from different parts of the country and develop and maintain those relationships and those friendships. I can now say that I've met a number of great people in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee, and I can consider them friends. So, and that's a big payoff for me.
So we've got runners at first and second, and a timeout on the field. 1 out in the inning. New Jersey up on Wisconsin 1-0. We're in the top of the 4th.
But I'll be checking my mailbox when I get home for that compensation that you referred to there.
Well, much like the teams that come from the regionals, your structure within Babe Ruth as the Volunteers, you're responsible for region in terms of kind of handling tournaments and representing that region to Babe Ruth International. Walk us through how that process works.
Well, there's 8 regions around the country, and each one of them has a regional commissioner that has a variety of states that within their area that they're responsible for. I'm from the Midwest Plains, and we have the provinces of Manitoba and Saskatchewan in Canada. We've got North and South Dakota, Minnesota, Iowa, Kansas, Nebraska, Missouri, and Colorado is what makes up the Midwest Plains. And then within each one of those states, we have a state president or a state commissioner, and some of them also have a Cal Ripken state commissioner. So there's dual partnership there. But that's how things are structured across the country. And then the 8 of us that are regional commissioners work with the national headquarters staff to manage, maintain, promote, retain the program, and get involved and talk about possible rule changes and program structure and some of those kind of things.
Ball gets through the left side of the infield, and stopping at third is Draves. Off the bat of Caleb Kinna. Just 1 out in the inning, and the batter will be Cullen Peterson. So bases loaded for the first time this afternoon. 1-0 New Jersey leading, but Wisconsin threatening here in the top of the 4th. Peterson flew out his first time 0 for 1. First pitch to him is high for a ball, 1-0.
Serving on that board, JP, I've had an opportunity, obviously, to meet and get to know the other regional commissioners around the country and set up a network there and bounce ideas and thoughts and suggestions off of them, because not every region's the same, and what works in the Southeast may not work in the Midwest Plains. So we have a good working relationship there.
1-0 is high, 2-0. No place to put Peterson. New Jersey clinging to a 1-0 lead here in the top of the 4th, but bases loaded and just 1 out for Wisconsin. Draves at third, Hageman at second, Kinna at first, the 2-0. Strike at the letters on the outside edge, 2-1. So big moment in this game. This is elimination game. You got to win to advance. Tomorrow's semifinals. The winner of this one will get the host team from Lawrenceburg, who went 4-0 in pool play out of the American Division, the 2-1. Inside, 3-1.
No place to put him.
So the first real drama of this game this afternoon. Coming up later tonight, we'll have Sarasota, Florida, and your Bismarck, North Dakota.
Yeah, we're looking forward to another outstanding contest. I think all of these bracket games are going to be exciting. Got some good matchups.
Absolutely. The 3-1. Taking all the way was Peterson, and it's a strike, and it's full. Hale pitch coming, 1 out, bases loaded. New Jersey up 1-0. Wisconsin trying to answer, get on the board. Strike 3. And Luke Potts bears down. Coming back from a 3-1 count and gets Peterson looking for the second out of the inning, and that'll bring up the top of the order in Eric Hughes.
A number of the programs are familiar with each other. It may not be the exact same kids, but they have seen each other at previous World Series, as recently as last year.
Of course, we know North Dakota runners-up last year, right? From
Yes.
Bismarck as 14s.
Yep.
That pitch is low for a ball.
Runner-up to Tri-Valley. I believe Janesville was at the 14-year-olds last year as
Okay.
well. So they're familiar with, you know, some of the teams.
The 1-0 count coming to Hughes. Hot chopper and picked up by Hodges. Stretching at first is DeLeo to get the runner and to keep Wisconsin off the board. What a play by Austin Hodges. And Luke Potts get out of a bases-loaded jam. We head to the bottom of the 4th. Your score, New Jersey clinging to a 1-0 lead here on Exports TV. Mr. Kuntz, we'll say adios and let you get back to the task at hand. Always a pleasure to see you up here.
Jay Plea, my pleasure as well. Thanks again for all the coverage and everything you do for the World Series and the Lawrenceburg community. Appreciate it.
We're having a lot of fun. We hope to see you soon. Tim
bet.
Kuntz,
I'll be
tournament director for this Babe Ruth World Series. Stay tuned. We'll have the bottom half of the inning. We return to Lawrenceburg right after this.
Congratulate all of the Babe Ruth teams from across the country that have made their way to Lawrenceburg, Tennessee in the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series. Main Street Lawrenceburg supports many revitalization projects to maintain and grow a healthy community spirit. Daryl Valentine Enterprises and Main Street Lawrenceburg wish every team the best of luck during the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series in beautiful Lawrenceburg, Tennessee.
This is the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series on the X Sports Radio Network.
Back in Lawrenceburg. What a play by Austin Hodges at short. And gets New Jersey out of that bases loaded jam. Wisconsin had them loaded. Brad Nielsen with just 1 out, a strikeout, and then that great play in the hole, deep in the hole for Hodges. And what a stretch by Jack DeLeo, and it's still 1-0 New Jersey.
Great defense by New Jersey with Hughes running the leadoff hitter with very good speed. I did not know if he was going to have enough arm as it took him into the 5-6 hole, as you mentioned, but got out of it. Scoreless through 4 is Wisconsin. Eisenberg to lead off the bottom of the 4th for New Jersey. And he's going to be aboard, it seems. Couldn't tell if that went all the way behind him or grazed him on the way past.
I think it hit him in the back. It just, like you said, it grazed him.
So New Jersey puts the leadoff man aboard. Left fielder Rader coming to the plate. 0 for 1 on the day. Well, chopper toward the third baseman coming in. Goes to second with it. Gets the out at second base.
Hughes paid for it a little bit, didn't he?
He did. No ill intent. Eisenberg's slide went straight to the bag, but I believe Hageman might have had his foot either on top or just behind the bag as he went in fairly hard to second. We have seen a runner called out on that. The runner going to first earlier in the tournament. So with 1 away, DeLeo steps in.
I think it was New Jersey, too.
Chopper down third baseline. Nice backhanded play to second for 1. On to first in time. What a 5-4-3 double play by the boys from Wisconsin. As we have played 4, New Jersey leads 1-0. This is Export TV's coverage of the Babe Ruth World Series. We'll be back after a short break.
Enterprises in Main Street, Lawrenceburg would like to congratulate all of the Babe Ruth teams from across the country that have made their way to Lawrenceburg, Tennessee in the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series. Main Street Lawrenceburg supports many revitalization projects to maintain and grow a healthy community spirit. Gerald Valentine Enterprises in Main Street, Lawrenceburg wish every team the best of luck during the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series in beautiful Lawrenceburg, Tennessee.
This is the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series on the X Sports Radio Network.
Welcome back to Lawrenceburg, Tennessee, and the first game of bracket play in the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series. We head to the top of the fifth. New Jersey leads by a score of 1-0. Wisconsin, with a 5-4-3 double play, as Overlay went to his backhand side at third, threw a strike to Hageman, and Hageman with a great turn at second base, strong arm throw over to Draves in time to end the inning.
And Stanley, we've had two dramatic plays to end the last two half innings that have really kind of woken up both clubs and the fans as well.
Well, we've been saying pitching and defense, and we've seen a showcase of defense here in these last half innings. I mean, my goodness, the infield play of both of these teams.
Leading off for Wisconsin is Dalton Madsen, the pitcher. 1 for 2 on the day with a single.
Now that sun is really bearing down over in left field and the short and third base, so watch and see if that comes into play.
It looked like Eisenberg might have struggled with it on the ground ball that got through last inning. Breaking ball in for a strike from Potts. 1-1 the count. Wisconsin, no runs on 6 hits, no errors. New Jersey, 1 run on 2 hits, 1 error. Chopper toward the third base dugout, foul. Both pitchers have been pretty efficient. 70 pitches thus far for Potts. 95 is the magic number that they can get to in this age group. That's a shot to the left side, just past the outstretched glove of Austin Hodges, the shortstop. And Wisconsin has the leadoff man aboard in the form of Madsen.
Hodges nearly got to that one as well. There hasn't been much he hasn't been able to get to, but
he's a very instinctive player. His reaction time is extremely quick off the bat. Third baseman Micah Overlay to the plate. 1 for 2. Shows bunt, pulls it back off the top of the glove of Lockwood. That will advance Madsen into scoring position with no outs. So if you're Wisconsin trailing 1-0, do you look at the bunt to get him to third with
why
zero
not try it now? Again, absolutely.
I mean, if you try to field and throw to Eisenberg at third to get the lead runner, it's going to be very difficult. Nice bunt to the left side. Potts fields it, throws across to DeLeo for the out. Nice execution by the lefty Overly. So now the tying run 90 feet away. Kirk Smalling, the catcher, to the plate, the cleanup hitter for this Janesville club. Outfield, regular to maybe even a little shallow in center.
Now they're playing the corners up, want to go home on a ground ball.
First pitch high.
Schmaling 0 for 2 today. Line driving the ground out.
Potts from the stretch. Lifted down the right side. Durbin makes the play, but he's drifting. And the run scores as Madsen tags up. The ball went into foul territory down the first base line, and Durbin made a nice catch, but could not gather his momentum to make a strong throw to the plate in time to get Madsen. So it's 1-1. Tie game in the top of the 5th.
Easy to mention this now, hindsight, but Stanley almost would have been better to let it drop in foul territory with no outs.
It would have been.
One out, I should say.
Looping line drive, shallow center field. Hodges goes back, dives, unable to get to it. And that's going to be a single for Cody Logterman. Just dropped in no man's land as Rader, Hodges, and Muni were all giving chase. 2 away. Rudder at first for Wisconsin, and the top of the 5th in a tie ball game. Dawson Draves, the first baseman, steps in. Runner goes. No throw by Lockwood. Don't know if he lost the handle trying to get a grip on the ball or did not feel comfortable that there was going to be cover there in time.
Well, good to see Lockterman not showing any ill effect of hitting that ball off his shin.
What a backhanded play by Hodges. Short hops DeLeo. He digs it. And again, Hodges ends the inning on a nice play in the hole at short, but not before Wisconsin puts one across the plate to tie the game at 1. We head to the bottom of the 5th. This is X Sports TV's coverage of the Babe Ruth World Series from Lawrenceburg. We'll be back after a short break.
In Main Street, Lawrenceburg would like to congratulate all of the Babe Ruth teams from across the country that have made their way to Lawrenceburg, Tennessee in the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series. Main Street Lawrenceburg supports many revitalization projects to maintain and grow a healthy community spirit. Daryl Valentine Enterprises and Main Street Lawrenceburg wish every team the best of luck during the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series in beautiful Lawrenceburg, Tennessee.
This is the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series on the X Sports Radio Network.
Interested in purchasing photos from the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series? Visit macbrownphoto.com or send them an email requesting your player or team to info@macbrownphoto.com. Mac Brown Photographers, the official studio of X Sports Nation and the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series. Mac Brown Photographers, creating tomorrow's memories. Well, we are certainly creating some memories here tonight. Elimination round, Brad Nielsen, Stanley G. Wilson. Yours truly, J.P. Plant, has some really good baseball, and both of these teams appear to be saving some of their best for this knockout stage.
Absolutely. Honestly, I'm a little surprised it's 1-1. The defense has been amazing, but at this point in the tournament, you would think the bats would be a little hotter. The pitchers have done a nice job. When they have gotten runners in scoring position, bearing down, Potts got a strikeout and then a ground ball to get out of a jam earlier. To lead off will be Teddy Durbin, the right fielder. Takes first pitch up and in. Eight hits for Wisconsin, 1 run to show for it. Soft line drive toward the second baseman, bounces, fielded by Hageman and on to Draves at first base to retire Durbin for the first out.
We're going to have action in the New Jersey bullpen. Mooney's going to go down there and warm up some. So.
Muni is the center fielder for the New Jersey club. Hageman trying to get his shoe tied real quickly. Strike over the outside part of the plate to Lockwood, the catcher. 1 for 1 with a single on the day.
Well, Mooney pitched the max on Saturday, and so he's had his 2 days of rest. So he can come in, obviously. He's out there warming up. I doubt he can go out for a real long time.
Nice breaking ball by Madsen. Gets Lockwood to swing and miss. 0-2 as Madsen works from ahead. Same pitch, same result, 2 away.
Well, Stanley, that sun continues to bear down. The shadows getting longer and longer.
Yeah, the clouds have left us here, and all we have is the sunshine, and Even the guys with sunglasses on are putting their hands up to their face.
Second baseman Chris Blooney steps in and takes a called strike. Flag is about as still as it can be in center field. Swing and a miss on the outside part of the plate. Beautiful afternoon for baseball.
It's beautiful, but very humid down here after that little shower we had.
Soft liner back up the middle, and Madsen snags it for the third out. With a little smirk, tosses it into the air. I think he thought that was coming a little harder than it was. Through 5 innings, we're tied at 1 between Wisconsin and New Jersey. First game of bracket play. This is the Babe Ruth World Series on X Sports TV. We'll be back to Lawrenceburg after this.
Lawrenceburg would like to congratulate all the Babe Ruth teams from across the country that have made their way to Lawrenceburg, Tennessee in the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series. Main Street Lawrenceburg supports many revitalization projects to maintain and grow a healthy community spirit. Darrell Valentine Enterprises and Main Street Lawrenceburg wish every team the best of luck during the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series in beautiful Lawrenceburg, Tennessee.
This is the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series on the X Sports Radio Network.
Welcome back into Denver Trap Field in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee, site of the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series. We head to the top of the 6th in a tie ball game. Both teams have flashed the leather several times to get out of jams. 8 hits for Wisconsin, 2 for New Jersey. JP, what do you expect to see in the next 2 innings from these clubs?
Well, you know, they're feeling each other out, and each one continues to get closer and closer. The defenses continue to hold up. We could be for extra innings, but I imagine Potts is going to be on a short leash. We saw Ian Muni warm up, so.
First pitch fouled toward the first base dugout. I believe it's going to go out of play. Colin Hageman, the batter for Wisconsin. That was the 79th pitch by Potts. 16 to go, so there's going to more than likely need to be a reliever come in for New Jersey. As Stanley mentioned, Muni, the center fielder, raced over to the bullpen and got some warm-up tosses in between innings. Timeout granted to Hageman.
Don't forget, we got Sarasota, Florida, and Bismarck, North Dakota coming up next here on X Sports TV at Denver Trap Field.
Looping line drive into left field. That's going to put Hageman aboard. Hageman aboard is the leadoff.
It's I believe, the 9th hit of the game for Wisconsin.
That is 9 hits and 1 run. Not very often you see that through 5 innings.
Well, a tight game like this late in the game, look for some small ball here. Let's see if they've got a bunt or sacrifice set up here.
I'll say that's a big lead.
Close play at first.
Yeah, Hageman.
Caleb Kenna, the center fielder, 2 for 2 with 2 singles on the day at the plate. Aggressive lead at first by Hageman. Oh, he might have him. He does. Hageman started to lean right when Potts made the move. And just as quickly as he got aboard with the single, he is out. Big play by Potts.
That'll take care of the small ball strategy.
Yes, it will.
Kenna 2 for 2 on the day, wanting to swing the bat. Pitch misses just down and away. Fouled back into the screen. Evens the count at 1-1. Stanley, what's the attitude in the dugouts?
Well, they're just taking it one inning at a time. They're trying to get pepped up a little bit.
Pitch from Potts misses just down. 2-1 to Kenna. Pitch count continues to climb toward 95 for Potts. Fouled out of play. Evens it at 2-2. I believe that is pitch number 84 for Luke Potts. If you're New Jersey, you would really like to make the pitching change in between innings and not with runners aboard. Swing and fouled. Lockwood unable to hang on to it for the third strike.
Yeah, break there for Kenna. He was swinging a hot bat for Wisconsin.
Another good pitch spoiled by Kenna as it's fouled over the New Jersey dugout. Quick reminder, in between games, special treat for the hometown crowd. The 2015 World Series runner-up, Lawrence County, will be recognized. Looping line drive. And who else but Austin Hodges brings it in at shortstop.
Say, and that's even harder with that blinding sun. He had to look in that line drive. He's got his shades on, but able to handle it fairly easily.
Cullen Peterson, the right fielder, 9-hole hitter, 0 for 2 on the day, steps in for Wisconsin. Ball 1. Lockwood held it there for just a moment. Potts from the stretch, no one on. And misses down 2-0. 89th pitch, according to our counts. Goes back to the windup. Three and 0. It is worth noting, if he starts a batter before the 95th pitch, he can continue until the end of that at-bat. Soft breaking ball in for called strike 1.
The official pitch count on the scoreboard up there is 91 now for him.
Thank you for the update. And that's going to be ball 4. So more than likely, Eric Hughes, the leadoff man, will be the last batter that Potts will face. And
If that.
yeah, Sean, as soon as I say that, Sean Blooney, the manager, coming out.
Well, Hughes has been a hot hitter, except today, notwithstanding. He's the hit list today, but he has been one of their better hitters for Wisconsin this week.
Absolutely. He has played several positions, shortstop, pitched. I believe he might have even caught at one point shortly. But fine-looking athlete. Potts will stay in. Peterson getting the lead. Probably will be a little smaller after
I would think
the
so.
pickoff as he wheels over and throws to first. Not in time. Wisconsin has been aggressive on the bases. And that's going to hit Hodges. Excuse me, Hughes. I apologize, Hughes. So with 2 outs, there are 2 runners aboard. And Dalton Madsen, the pitcher, looking to help his cause. Tough spot for the manager, Blooney. Do you go to the reliever or let him face one more? Swing and a miss at the high fastball. Madsen 2 for 3 on the day with 2 singles.
Yeah, it's something you just go with your gut, I guess.
Breaking ball, rip foul, heads up, coach. Third base coach for Janesville, light on the feet. Quickly 0-2. Potts gets ahead.
guys. He's at 95 with that pitch right there.
So this will be his last batter faced. Pop up to the right side. Baloney under it. And he brings it in. We're through 5.5 as we head to the bottom of the 6th. New Jersey will bat looking to regain the lead. This is the Babe Ruth World Series on X Sports TV. We'll be back to Lawrenceburg right after this break.
Darrell Valentine Enterprises in Main Street, Lawrenceburg would like to congratulate all of the Babe Ruth teams from across the country that have made their way to Lawrenceburg, Tennessee in the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series. Main Street Lawrenceburg supports many revitalization projects to maintain and grow a healthy community spirit. Darrell Valentine Enterprises in Main Street Lawrenceburg wish every team the best of luck during the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series in beautiful Lawrenceburg, Tennessee.
This is the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series on the X Sports Radio Network.
Welcome back into beautiful Denver Trap Field in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. As bracket play begins tonight between Wisconsin and New Jersey. We've got a great game taking place. 1-1's the score as we head to the bottom of the 6th.
There's some really good baseball, Brad, and just one error tonight. 1 run for each team, as you mentioned. 9 hits for Wisconsin, only 2 for New Jersey, as Madsen has been very quiet, but he's only thrown a 2-hitter so far as we head now to the bottom of the 6th. And just really good baseball here, this first game of the bracket round.
He's at 60 pitches, so he's very efficient here.
Absolutely. There's been some great defense behind that. They had a 5-4-3 inning-ending double play at one point. A couple other nice plays by the defense from Wisconsin. Not to be outdone, New Jersey has flashed the leather as well tonight. So it will be Andrew Santamaria, the extra hitter. Take strike 1 from Madsen. Third baseman, sunglasses on top, trying to hold the glove to block the sun. Strike 2 down the middle. Madsen from the windup. Just outside. Nice spot with the 0-2 pitch by Madsen. And that's going to be a called strike 3. And as the catcher throws it down to Overly at third, he had no idea where the ball was as he's looking directly into the sun setting to the west over the New Jersey dugout on the first base side.
Yeah, but
Shades are on his hat.
Yeah, I was going to say, the shades are on top.
Yeah, we just mentioned it, and I don't understand not having those on, but maybe there's a reason we're unaware. That brings the lead off. Hodges back to the plate.
And now he's going to put them on.
There we go.
Good to sit out and take them off. Can't make his mind up on those.
Kind of that in-between.
Fastball up in the zone quickly, 2-0.
Well, at the top of the order for New Jersey, they'd like to get a run right here and hit to the top of the 7th with the lead.
Ball 3. Hodges more than likely taking. A bunt down the third base line would be a tough play because I don't know that you would recognize it off the bat very quickly.
I agree.
In there for a strike on the 3-0 count. Hodges reached safely once by a walk. And that will be his second walk of the ball game. Leadoff man for New Jersey aboard with 1 out. And that will bring Mr. Potts to the plate, which he would like to get a run as he is still the pitcher of record, I believe, at this point.
As of right now, he is.
Lifted down the first base line. Going to be foul. Out of the reach of both the right fielder and Graves, the first baseman. Matson from the stretch looks in for the signal. Hodges gets a little bit bigger lead. Ground ball through the right side. Over, nice play by Hageman for the second out. It does move Hodges into scoring position with 2 outs. And in Muni to the plate, the lefty.
They've been awfully smooth at second for Wisconsin.
Very much so. We mentioned it on the 5-4-3 double play that they turned, I believe it was 2 innings ago. The turn and throw that he made is not something you see from very 15-year-old second baseman. Pitch inside to Muni. He checks his swing. Hodges runs well at second. A hit is probably going to have him attempting to score. Fouled back out of play. Muni with a good pitch to hit. Just a bit under it. 1-1's the count on the 3-hole hitter. Center fielder for New Jersey. Not really anyone holding Hodges. And he's gone to third. Over the head of the third baseman. And Hodges is going to score. And really a brilliant call by the New Jersey coaching staff. Overly had trouble seeing the ball as he's looking directly into the sun. Nice heads-up call by the coaching staff of New Jersey.
Yeah, Stanley, we were just talking about that, about the shades, and it's just so hard to see. It's obvious he didn't see that ball when it was thrown.
No, he never knew it was coming, I don't think. The dugout may have said runner, runner, but he looked up and he couldn't even find the ball in that sun.
Well, and with a left-handed batter at the plate, stealing third is unconventional, to say the least. 3-1's the count on Muni. And he's going to be aboard with a walk.
A really nice risk reward. The ball beat him there.
Absolutely. He was dead if it was seen by Overly to catch it. Throw was a bit high, which made it more difficult. Eisenberg to the plate, the third baseman. Hit by a pitch. Actually got hit in the back as it skimmed by him and grounded out his other plate appearance. That's right down the middle at the knees for a strike. Wisconsin has out-hit New Jersey 9-2, yet trails 2-1 in the bottom of the 6th. Pitch outside, evens it at 1-1.
Baseball's a funny game.
Both teams with 1 error now. That's something to watch after that play happening just a minute ago, what the coaches in the second game will do early. And Eisenberg has been plunked for the second time tonight. I don't know that either one of them has left a mark.
Yeah, plunked may be a heavy word. More like a graze.
Yeah, grazed on the uniform.
A kiss, maybe?
When he tells this story at his 20-year high school reunion, I got aboard twice in the World Series.
Got hit hard.
Both 92-mile-an-hour fastballs. Neither one of them left a mark. As the story will more than likely get a little better with age. All good stories do. 0-1 the count to Rader, the left fielder. And almost clips the front shoulder of Rader. New Jersey, Eisenberg at first, Muni at second, 2 away in the inning. They have taken the lead on a attempted stolen base to third, which the throw was wide. Hodges, the leadoff man, continued on and scored without a throw home. We'll have a visit by the manager for Wisconsin.
And I haven't seen anybody warm up at all. Stanley, have you down in Wisconsin?
No action
at any
at all.
point?
All right, guys, so something works so well. Muni runs as good as anybody on this team, the center fielder that's standing at second base. 1-1 count. Do you try it again?
We'll see. I don't know.
Yeah, he's at 81 pitches according to the pitch count.
Well, Overlay's got his shades on right now at third.
Would be a little tougher throw this time for the catcher, as Rader is a right-handed hitter, and last time Muni was at the plate when it took when they attempted the steal. He's a lefty. Rader with a looping line drive. Going to be caught by the right fielder, Colin Peterson, to end the inning, but not before New Jersey scores one to take the lead, 2-1. We've played 6. 3 outs remain for Wisconsin to tie the game. This is X Sports TV's coverage of the Babe Ruth World Series. We'll be back to Lawrenceburg right after this.
Darrell Valentine Enterprises in Main Street, Lawrenceburg would like to congratulate all the Babe Ruth teams from across the country that have made their way to Lawrenceburg, Tennessee in the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series. Main Street Lawrenceburg supports many revitalization projects to maintain and grow a healthy community spirit. Darrell Valentine Enterprises in Main Street Lawrenceburg wish every team the best of luck during the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series in beautiful Lawrenceburg, Tennessee.
This is the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series on the X Sports Radio Network.
We're back in Lawrenceburg as just 3 outs away now for New Jersey after a gutsy call in the bottom half of the 6th to steal third base and the throw into the sun over Overly's head into left field, and Hodges comes around to score, and New Jersey has a 2-1 lead heading into the top half of inning 7.
And guys, as soon as they got back to the dugout over the New Jersey side, Coach Blooney went over to Coach DeLeo and said, "Are you trying to give me a heart attack?" And I mean, that was Coach DeLeo's call right there all the way.
Absolutely. He was fired up down at third base when it worked. There is a pitching change for New Jersey as the center fielder Muni will come to the mound. Austin Hodges, after playing a fantastic 6 innings at shortstop, will move to center field, and the pitcher Luke Potts will move over to shortstop.
All right, so New Jersey's got on the mound who they would want, Ian Muni. Their best pitcher that I've seen this week for them. Facing Micah Overlay. Can he redeem himself a chance? Redeem himself. The throw was a little high. Couldn't see it, but nonetheless, you know he's feeling that one a little bit. 2-1, New Jersey leading Wisconsin. And that pitch outside, 2-0.
Muni, the first one was a little wide. Second one came a little closer to the outside part of the plate.
The 2-0. Outside, 3-0.
Sure don't want to walk the tying run aboard with no outs.
The 3-0. Take it all the way, of course. And it's a strike, 3-1 to count. Nobody on base, nobody out. Top of the 7th, 2-1 New Jersey. Pitch inside, ball 4.
And here come the fireworks, folks. Leadoff runner aboard, looking to tie the game in the top of the 7th for Janesville. Will look a little different as Muni's a lefty on the mound. The leads will have to be a little smaller, even though Potts did pick one at first base.
So Schmeling 0 for 2 this evening. Throw over to first. Not much of a lead for Overly.
Eisenberg, the third baseman, moving way in as the coaching staff talks to him.
Expecting a sacrifice. Swinging away, or at least taking with Schmeling. He did not square around. 1-0 the count.
I would not want to be the third baseman with that sun bearing down on you if they don't bunt.
Absolutely. The 1-0. Inside edge for a strike. Count even at 1-1.
We missed one other change that took place. Lockwood went from catcher to first, and DeLeo from first to catcher.
Okay. 1-1. Outside. 2-1. Already with a walk this inning. As Overlay is at first. And Schmaling the hitter, no outs. 2-1 New Jersey leading. Top of the 7th. Ball driven into left center field. On his horses, Hodges. It's going to be over his head to the wall. Rounding third is Overlay. Throw is not going to be there, and Wisconsin ties it in at third with an RBI triple. Clark Schmaling ties the game up at 2 for Wisconsin.
Schmaling got every bit of that one, drove it into the left center gap. Hodges with great speed, unable to track it down. Ties the game, but not just ties the game, puts the runner at third with a go-ahead run, no outs.
What a shot, hit it to about the deepest part of the ballpark, and this is a big ballpark. 336 down the foul poles, 375 in straightaway center, and probably pretty close to that in the alleys. And time called.
Well, how ironic is the two players on that throw down to third base in the bottom of the 6th gets the run back here.
Well said, Stanley, you're right. Micah Overlay led off the inning with a walk, who was at third. The ball over his head, thrown by the catcher Schmaling, and they make up for it in a huge way.
Babe Ruth baseball, you gotta love it.
The word redemption comes to mind.
Left fielder Cody Logterman will come to the plate, looking to put his Wisconsin team ahead.
Well, New Jersey's got to play on the grass in the infield now.
Nobody out. Swing and a miss. Foul tipped. Back to DeLeo, who is now catching this inning, as Brad mentioned. And that one bounced off of him. The home plate umpire going to give him an extra moment or two. Gather himself.
The outfield's still at normal depth.
Yeah, they are.
You think they might come to Little League depth, but sacrifice fly.
Well, even if Wisconsin scores 1, you don't want to be playing from more than 1 behind and going to the bottom of the 7th.
That's true.
Pitch gets away from Ian Muni. And the count even out 1-1 to Cody Logderman. Logderman this evening 1 for 3 with a single and a couple of flyouts. The 1-1. Outside, 2-1. So Clark Schmaling at third. Right now the hero for Wisconsin with an RBI triple here in the top of the 7th. Represents the go-ahead run for Wisconsin. That pitch is high, 3-1. Infield is in.
Now that the count's run 3-1, well, they're not going to put him on for the double play.
Strike on the outside edge.
Nice location on the fastball. Thought they might put him on with Draves on deck.
Well, Cody Logderman owns the only home run in this World Series and in this park. Lifted into right field. Drifting foul. Lockwood unable to get to it. You heard the coaches over there let it go, as that probably would have scored from third on the tag. We saw it earlier tonight. Durbin came running in, so.
It's one you hate to give up and out, but I understand given the circumstances.
So payoff pitch coming to Lochterman. Soft line drive in left center field. It's going to get down for a base hit. And coming home to score the go-ahead run is Clark Schmaling. And an RBI single for Lochterman. It's 3-2 Wisconsin. What a turn of events.
Nice at bat by Logterman. Hit a looping fly ball to shallow left. And Dawson Draves
tried the bunt and it hit the chalk and went foul.
How many times do you think Draves has bunted this year? He's a big guy. First baseman, pretty good pop.
So no one count. Not much of a lead by Lockton. He squares around again, does Draves. And a throw down to first, not in time. So 2 runs here in the top of the 7th. A leadoff walk to Overlay. An RBI triple from Schmeling. And an RBI single for Lockton. And Draves lays the bunt down. Nicely done. One play to the first in time, and a nice scoop over there by Lockwood. And Eisenberg came charging in and made a nice throw for the first out of the inning.
Heads-up play by Potts, the shortstop. He was covering second. Realized that when Eisenberg charged to make the play, no one was at third. Lochterman would have been in a foot race, but he stays at second.
So 1 out, and your hitter is Colin Hageman. First pitch to him is outside for a ball. 2 for 3 with a pair of singles for Hageman this evening. The 1-0. Just a bit outside, 2-0. Still just 1 out in the inning. Wisconsin now leads 3-2. Top half of inning 7.
Huge run at second base in the form of Lochterman for Wisconsin.
Squared around, pulled it back. And the count 3-0. Still just 1 out in the inning.
Caleb Kenna stands on deck.
The 3-0. Take it all the way was Hageman. 3-1. The 3-1. It's high. And runners will be at first and second with 1 out.
That does bring the force play in. Also gives you the opportunity for a double play to get out of the inning. If you're in New Jersey.
Caleb Kenna, the hitter, 2 for 3 with a pair of singles for Wisconsin tonight. The 0-1, or the first pitch rather, outside 1-0.
Muni struggling to find the right release point. 3 runs on 11 hits for Wisconsin, 2 runs on 2 hits for New Jersey.
Muni, the pitch. It's high, 2-0. The runners are not being held on. The 2-0. Misses high, 3-0. Muni having some trouble with the strike zone. Just 1 out in the inning. Wisconsin now up 3-2. After a pair of runs scored here in the top half of the 7th. Looking for more. With Lochterman at second, Hageman at first. The 3-0 to Kenna. Inside, ball 4. They're loaded up.
Tough situation for New Jersey right now. You have to make the call on whether you leave Muni in, as we're going to have manager Sean Ballooney come out to the mound.
Well, you thought going in that Ian Muni, that's the guy you want based on his performance Saturday. Of course, that's never an easy position, but having a little bit of time trying to find the strike zone. And they're going to stay with Muni. The hitter will be Cullen Peterson for Wisconsin.
We'll see if Potts and Ballooney stay middle of the infield for double play depth. It looks like they're going to come in to try to cut down the runner at home. That does increase the likelihood of a ball getting through, as that limits their range.
All right, from the windup, Muni to Peterson. First pitch, strike. The inside edge, 0-1 the count.
Nice job by Muni battling to get ahead.
Deal one. A bit high. Count even at 1-1. The 1-1. Strike at the letters, 1-2.
Eric Hughes, the leadoff man for Wisconsin, stands on deck.
One out, bases loaded, infield in, the 1-2 from Muni. Swing and a miss, strike three, and Muni bears down to get the second out of the inning and keeps the game for now at 3-2 Wisconsin. At the top of the order, and Eric Hughes, who is hitless tonight, 0 for 3. There are 2 outs, and the infield goes back to regular depth. First pitch for Muni, still from the windup. Just misses high, 1-0, and Brad obviously a little more comfortable from the windup for Ian Muni.
He is. The only problem with going from the windup in this situation is the runners are getting a huge secondary lead.
Pitch is high.
On a hit, you could have 2, possibly 3 runs added.
And the 2 outs, they're going to be running on contact anyway. 2-0 to Hughes, the leadoff hitter for Wisconsin. That one's low, 3-0. The bases are loaded, so nowhere to put Hughes.
35 pitches in the inning for Muni.
The 3-0. Missed high, ball 4. It's 4-2 Wisconsin. As coming in to score is Lochterman. And a 2-run advantage for the Ohio Valley champs.
Madsen steps in for Wisconsin.
2 for 4 tonight. There's a strike at the letters, 0 for 1. Popped him up. Will it stay in play? It will not. The count now 0-2. For the catcher, Dalton Madsen. Actually,
The sun is almost set to the point that none of the fielders are battling it on the left side anymore.
there goes the runner from first. And he's in the middle. And they've got him in a rundown. Let's see what happens here.
Oh, you've got to get the ball to home.
Here they come. Play at the plate. He is safe. And just as daring as a steal for New Jersey, some base running shenanigans for Wisconsin. It pays off. A run scores at 5-2. Runners are at second and third. Ball driven deep into left center field. That's going to get all the way to the wall. 1 hops. 1 run will score. 2 runs will score. Heading towards third. And a play is not going to get him. And a 2 RBI triple for Dalton Madsen, and all of a sudden, it's 7-2 Wisconsin.
What a top half of the inning by Wisconsin. 6 runs plated thus far. 2 extremely hard hit balls. That one hopped the left center power alley that's somewhere in the range of 355, 360.
And the hitter is Micah Overlay, who started this inning with a walk. Back up for the second time with a runner at third. This time his team has a 5-run lead instead of a 1-run at disadvantage. What a turn of events. The 1-1. Curveball. Muni working awfully quick now.
Have not seen that pitch very often from Muni in this inning. 43 pitches for Muni this inning.
The 2-1. Outside. 3-1. The winner will get Lawrenceburg, the host, the 1 seed for the American Division, tomorrow at 5:30. That pitch is a strike. 3-2. Here's the payoff pitch. Strike 3. And that will retire Overly, but not before. Wisconsin with a 6 spot in the top of the 7th. They now have a 7-2 lead heading to the bottom half of the inning. Last chance for New Jersey. We'll have it for you. We return to Lawrenceburg in the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series on Exports TV.
Would like to congratulate all of the Babe Ruth teams from across the country that have made their way to Lawrenceburg, Tennessee in the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series. Main Street Lawrenceburg supports many revitalization projects to maintain and grow a healthy community spirit. Darrell Valentine Enterprises and Main Street Lawrenceburg wish every team the best of luck during the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series in beautiful Lawrenceburg, Tennessee.
This is the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series on the Exports Radio Network.
Welcome back to the 15-year-old Babe Ruth World Series in our broadcast position in the Parks Lumber Perch at Denver Track Field. What an inning and a half we have witnessed. A gutsy stolen base attempt for New Jersey in the bottom half of the 6th with the sun bearing down on the third baseman, and it's overthrown to give New Jersey a 2-1 edge, and all they need are 3 outs. And Wisconsin just throws a 6 spot on the board. Welcome back, J.P. Plant, Brad Nielsen, Stanley G. Wilson. And Stanley, you happen to be down in the New Jersey dugout. The emotions after this strange turn of events.
Well, the one word is frustration. I mean, they had the pitcher that they wanted out there. He just couldn't have a little control problem in that inning, and just couldn't get it over the plate, and that allowed some of those base runners. And then that situation when you had the runner take off from first base, they just misplayed it.
All right, so New Jersey trying to get their rally caps on. And Jack DeLeo will lead things off. 0 for 2 with a couple of ground outs. Facing Dalton Matson, who has been spectacular here today. That pitch is inside, 2-0.
He's at 84 pitches now.
Need to see pitches, try to get him to the 95 number, and see if you can score some on the next guy.
Strike 2. Strike 1, I should say. 2-1.
Madsen's pitched a fantastic game. 2 hits scattered over 6 innings.
Outside, 3-1. Teddy Durbin's on deck. And Schmaling's going to go out and talk to his pitcher.
3-1 count. Coach DeLeo comes in and talks to his son, the batter. Catching now for New Jersey. Has to be the one pitch that you like on a 3-1 count.
The 3-1. Curveball high and tight. And a leadoff walk for DeLeo.
Well, if you're New Jersey, that's exactly what you want to see. Pitch count continues to climb for Madsen. And the leadoff man aboard. Durbin, the right fielder, to the plate.
Well, we've seen so much of the action after the starters have been exited due to the max pitch, and we could see that again here in this inning as the first pitch to Durbin is outside for a ball. 1-0. That's, I believe, 88 now. Just missed. 2-0. Seven to 2 your score. The bottom of the 7th. New Jersey trailing. It's high, 3-0.
DeLeo got a bit of a secondary lead that caused the catcher to consider a snap throw. We're going to have a visit on a 3-0 count.
He's right at 90 pitches right now. He acted like he's going to make a change,
I
guys.
think we are. Wow. Interesting.
I guess if you think the next guy up can come in and throw strikes, why not?
All right.
Don't give up the free one.
So Madsen gets a nice round of applause. We'll keep it here during the inning, as looks like it's going to be Eric Hughes, the new pitcher for Janesville, Wisconsin. 7-2 your score. Give you a little recap. Got things underway in the bottom of the third. New Jersey with a run, able to push one across, and Wisconsin answered in the fifth to tie it at 1-1. Looked like it was going to be back and forth that way the rest of this game. The bottom of the sixth, New Jersey with a gutsy call trying to steal third with 2 outs, and the sun bearing down on the third baseman in the left side of the infield. The ball sailed over his head into left field, and the runner came around to score to give New Jersey a 2-1 lead at that time. And they go to the top half of the seventh. All they need 3 outs. Leadoff man walks, and Overly, who was the third baseman, Brad, and then as Stanley mentioned, Schmaling, who was the catcher, who threw it into left field, triples to left center and scores a tying run. He comes on in, and they end up putting 6 in the top of the seventh, lead at 7-2. But New Jersey has their leadoff hitter on here in the bottom half of the inning.
And you're at the 7-hole hitter, Durbin, with a 3-0 count. I can't imagine anything other than he's taken 2.
I would think.
I've been wrong before. Won't be surprised if I am again. So Madsen, the pitcher, will go to third. Overly moves from third to second.
The lights are on at Dimmer Trap Field. Dust, though, settling in. Kind of that hazy part of the evening.
Hageman to short.
So the 3-0 to Durbin. It's high for a ball. And 2 men are on for New Jersey. And Justin Lockwood will be your hitter. Don't forget, in between games, there'll be a special presentation honoring the 2015 World Series runners-up from right here in Lawrenceburg and Lawrence County, as they fell by 1 run, a walk-off to Westchester, California. There's a strike to Lockwood, 0-1.
Runners conservative leads. Draves not holding the runner very much at first.
Swing and a miss. Wow. Sweeping curveball there by Hughes. And it's 0-2 to Lockwood. So Ryan Weathers siding in the house, ladies and gentlemen. There's a line drive into center field. And Kenna makes the catch. Everybody holding as the ball comes in. And the first out of the inning.
No reason to run as New Jersey needs 5 to tie it up. Station to station right now. Blooney, the second baseman, steps in.
Looney tonight, 0 for 1, sack bunt. And line drive, 1 out. DeLeo at second, Durbin at first. 7-2, the ball gets past Schmaling. Runners move up a base. Second and third now, with just 1 out.
Blooney with the 1-0 count to him. More than likely will take at least 1 strike. Still need 2 aboard to get the tying run to the plate.
So the 1-0, pop foul out of play. And the count is even at 1-1.
Nice crowd tonight on for the first game of bracket play.
Absolutely. Pitch a little low. 2-1. Still just one out. Runners at second and third. Wisconsin up 7-2. Ball lifted into right center field, and it's going to get down for a base hit. DeLeo scores, and holding at third is Durbin. So an RBI single for Christopher Bluhney. It's 7-3.
That will bring Santa Maria, the extra player, to the plate. 10-hole hitter with one out, runners at the corners. If Santa Maria can get on, bring the top of the lineup to the plate, this could get real interesting.
Had a sense, you know, he kind of felt that New Jersey wasn't going to go away quietly, just the way the game has kind of gone. Exciting for us. 7-3 your score, still just one out. Runners at the corners. Santa Maria, the hitter, takes a strike on the outside edge, 0-1.
Graves is holding Bluhney on at first now, so there's a hole to the right side. You could shoot one through.
Curveball comes in a little high, count even at 1-1. Hughes to the plate. Slap foul out of play. And a nice catch. Fan brought his glove in, made the grab.
All right.
1-2 the count to Santa Maria. One out, runners at the corner, 7-3. New Jersey trails. The pitch. High and tight, 2-2.
Hughes from the stretch. Reliever for Wisconsin.
Pitch is high, 3-2.
This is a big pitch right here. 3-2 count, one out. Tying run on deck.
Payoff pitch. Fouled away.
Nice job by Santa Maria wasting the strike from Hughes. He doesn't care if it's a hit, a walk, hit by a pitch, just get me on base.
Durbin at third, Santa Maria at first. He's being held on, one out. 7-3 Wisconsin over New Jersey. Bottom of the seventh, the pitch is high. And that'll load him up.
And Austin Hodges comes to the plate in the form of the tying run.
As you said, Brad, the top of the order coming up here. Good at bat by Santa Maria.
See if Hughes goes from the stretch of the windup. Looks like it's going to be from the stretch.
So Bluhney now at second, Santa Maria at first. One out. Hodges, first pitch to him, a strike. 0-1. Hodges tonight, couple of walks and a ground out, 0 for 1. Has been spectacular in the field at short.
And if one of the next two get aboard, Ian Muni gets his shot.
Pitch is high, count even at 1-1. Still just one out in the inning. Infield at regular depth for Wisconsin. Line drive in left center field. And it's going to be caught by Logdeman. Tagging at third is...
They have just doubled
Did they
up the
double him
runner
up?
at second.
Wow. What a play by Logdeman as they were able to get Bluhney at second. And that ends the game. A 7-4 double play. Wow.
What an ending.
And Wisconsin will move on. They'll take on Lawrenceburg, Tennessee tomorrow at 5:30 in the first semifinal here at Denver Trapp Field. We'll take a timeout. When we return, we'll have our players of the game, final stats, and a preview of Game 2 tonight. Exports TV's coverage of the 2000 Babe Ruth World Series continues after this. Wisconsin wins it 7-3 over New Jersey.
Main Street Lawrenceburg would like to congratulate all of the Babe Ruth teams from across the country that have made their way to Lawrenceburg, Tennessee in the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series. Main Street Lawrenceburg supports many revitalization projects to maintain and grow a healthy community spirit. Darrell Valentine Enterprises and Main Street Lawrenceburg wish every team the best of luck during the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series in beautiful Lawrenceburg, Tennessee.
This is the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series on the X-Sports Radio Network.
What an ending. Wisconsin with a double play to finish off New Jersey. They win it 7-3. Let's go to public address announcer Bill Phillips for tonight's Ron Tellison Players of the Game.
Every child has the opportunity to play this great game of baseball. Congratulations to our players of the game today. Players of the game will be presented by Mr. Greg Johnson. He is a longtime member of the Babe Ruth Association. He is a coach, he is an umpire, and he's a great guy. The player of the game for New Jersey is Luke Potts. And the player of the game for Wisconsin is Clark Schmaling.
All right, so Clark Schmaling, player of the game for Wisconsin. Luke Potts for New Jersey. As fantastic first game in the quarterfinals, the knockout stage. And let's quickly look at some final stats here tonight. First, for the visitors from Wisconsin, Eric Hughes 0 for 3 with an RBI. Dalton Matson 3 for 5 with 2 runs batted in, a run scored. Micah Overly 1 for 3 with a run scored. 1 for 3 also for Clark Schmaling with 2 runs batted in. Cody Lochterman 2 for 4 with a run scored and an RBI. Dawson Draves 1 for 2 tonight. 2 for 3 for Colin Hageman with a run scored. Caleb Kenna 2 for 3 with a run scored. And Colin Peterson 0 for 3 tonight for Wisconsin. For New Jersey, it was Austin Hodges 0 for 2. 1 for 2 for Luke Potts. Ian Muni 0 for 2. 0 for 1 for Eisenberg. 0 for 3 for Reeder. Jack DeLeo 0 for 2 with a run scored. Durbin 0 for 2. It was Lockwood 1 for 3 with a run scored. Blooney 1 for 2 with an RBI. And Santa Maria 0 for 1 tonight. So only 3 hits for New Jersey. Wisconsin 7 runs, 12 hits, 1 error. And New Jersey 3 runs, 3 hits, and 1 error tonight. As let's check down with Stanley Wilson, who was in the dugout for New Jersey for at least the end of that game. But your thoughts, Stanley, on what a finish that double play.
Well, what a great game. I mean, this game was tight all the way into the 7th inning, the bottom of the 6th, rather, when they got the run for New Jersey to go up. And then, of course, Wisconsin going up the 6 runs in the top of the 7th. But what a ball game. And that's what you expect when you get to single elimination. I mean, these two teams were pretty evenly matched. Some breaks could have gone New Jersey's way, but they didn't tonight. And Wisconsin comes out on top. And not much sadness over here on the New Jersey team. I mean, they're just glad. I think they're just glad to be here, have made the trip here. And but again, what a Babe Ruth ball game, guys.
It was fantastic. And Brad, see New Jersey, you've been around this group as your church group was kind of the host ambassadors for that team, so you got to know them maybe a little closer than you did the rest of the team, the experience that they had that you were able to see throughout the week.
I think they've had a great time. I've gotten to visit with their coaches a lot this week. Great group of young men. They play baseball the right way. They pick each other up. they continue to have a positive attitude. I mean, coming into the bottom of the 7th, the fact that they came out and put together the rally they did, even though it came up short, is a testament to their character. Giving up a 6th spot in the top of the 7th would have been easy to tuck your tail and go home, but they continue to fight. I'm proud of the guys from New Jersey and the effort they put forward, and congratulations to Wisconsin. Same to them. I mean, you know, you're trailing, need 1 run, you get 6. That's not the natural in the top of the 7th, but fantastically contested ball game by both teams, and hopefully that's just a start to the rest of this knockout play, that we get games that good all the way through.
Absolutely. We'll have Sarasota, Florida, and Bismarck, North Dakota coming up in just a little bit. We'll also have the presentation and honoring of the 2015 World Series runners-up from right here in Lawrence County. So we'll have all that for you coming up later on this evening. So Wisconsin will get the host team from Lawrenceburg tomorrow, 5:30. They've already played once, with Lawrenceburg winning that game. I believe it was, you remember the score there, Brad? I don't have it in front of me.
I apologize, I do not.
It was 12 to, hang on, I'll find it. So they've already played once here in this tournament, as they were in the same pool, and Lawrenceburg winning that game earlier this week. I believe that was Saturday night they played. And I'll get that here in just a moment, folks. Bear with me. All right, here we go. 12 to 7 was the final of that game. So they've already met once, and they'll meet again tomorrow in the first semifinal. Tri-Valley, California, the reigning World Series champs. This group, anyway, they were at 14s with Bismarck, this team, the runners-up. This Janesville, Wisconsin team, we found out, was also there last year. So a lot of the same participants. There's a lot of good baseball being played. So Tri-Valley, California will get the winner of this one, and we'll have it for you coming up in just a little bit. So we'll take a timeout. We'll break our coverage here, conclude the coverage of this game as Wisconsin advances over New Jersey 7-3. They'll take on Lawrenceburg tomorrow at 5:30. Thanks for tuning in to Exports TV's coverage of the 2017 15-year-old Babe Ruth World Series, where your final score, Wisconsin wins it 7-3. For Stanley G. Wilson, Brad Nielsen, and on social media, Bryant Gobble, I'm JP Plant, reminding you to join us for Sarasota, Florida, and Bismarck, North Dakota, coming up next on your home for the Babe Ruth World Series, Exports TV. Until then, so long for now from Denver Track Field and the 2017 Babe Ruth World Series.